Welcome back to this new Bits Array tutorial, and today we want to make a quick gas station scene, so let's jump right in. Here we are in a fresh Blender scene, and today we have some... today it's a little bit more a kit bash here, so we want to bring in here a gas station. So let's do this really quick. We don't want to use here this one. Let's import an FBX. Yeah, we want to, I will put a link for the gas station into the description. We want to bring in here this one. And as we can see now, we have here a lot of stuff which we don't need. So first of all, let's select here a material, and as you can see, that is not looking good because everything is pink, and that means no textures. So let's go to File, External Data, Find Missing Files, and you have to select now the folder where the maps are inside. So let's go to the maps. That looks a little bit better, but we only want to have here these textures. Where we can change here another one later, and the other stuff, we don't need the other stuff, so let's delete this. We don't want to use the circle, the floor, and let's delete this one here. Maybe let's select this, press X, delete, and here this thing in the front as well. Yeah, and now we have a lot here in the right side of the stuff. Yeah, let's put everything, let's leave everything else here inside and put the other stuff outside. That is now here the gas station, and when we change this here, that is looking better now. Okay, and our rust is here as always. He stands on our side. What we want to do now is let's change here the texture from this, or the material, sorry, from our gas station here. And as you can see, that is not looking good, but we can select this and change the maps, because we can make this a little bit darker here right now, and maybe that rename this here to find it a little bit better. Material dark, something like this. And now we can put this here and search for dark, so that is better. Maybe here for the building, but I think that is not really important because we won't see this later. And what is important now then is here these stripes, but I don't want to have both of them, so one of them we can delete it, and we only want to use one. Put this a little bit up by pressing G and Z, and now we can delete here the material and make a new one, which will be neon. Okay, and for a neon we want to go here into the emission, bring this a little bit to bluish color, and bring this on to maybe something like 50. Now we can, when we're going into the Eevee into the Eevee settings, ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space, reflections is always good to have. Let's put some other stuff here into the scene, and this is rust here, so let's bring him to the 34 and 15, and let's rotate him to 90 degrees, and we want to change the camera as well. Maybe let's go here with something like 40.3, 15, and 0.5. Want to go with 90, 0, and 90, and we want to make a camera focal length to 25, and the camera shift to 0.2, And that is our final image shot here for this one. And what we else need is some planes. So let's bring in here a plane. And the first one will be here, the road. And this one should be 100 by 10 by 1. And I want to shift this in the Y direction to 20. Let's duplicate this one, bring this to 0. And this is only the station ground, and that's okay for this one. We want to bring in here some materials from ambient CG, and the first one is here now, the floor for the station. Yeah, let's make a new material, and this is asphalt. Bring in this by selecting Principal BSDF, pressing Ctrl, Shift and T. And as always, if you don't have the Node Wrangler plugin enabled, go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, Wrangler, and enable this one. Okay, so Ctrl, Shift and T. And we want to use the asphalt. I used a 2K version. We want to go with a normal color and the roughness channel. Bring this one in, and because we scaled this whole stuff really heavy, and we have to adjust a little bit the positions or the scale of the texture. So let's scale this one here to 20. That looks a little bit better and repetitive, but yeah, we don't see the repetition, so everything is all right. And the other thing is I want to change here into the roughness a little ramp. We'll put this in between. Let's put the left slide a little bit down so we can see a little bit of reflection going on. And yeah, I think that is this one. Make the same for the road. Material and road. Control Shift and Control Shift and T. And we want to go here with the road to K. I want to use the normal, the color and the roughness again. Now we can see that the road is not really in the right direction, so we have to go here into the Z and bring this to 90 degrees. And we also want to scale this down to 20 in the X. So same thing again. We want to go into the roughness and add a ramp here inside and bring this leg slider down as well. So we are having here some reflections going on. Maybe let's change now here into the Eevee mode. To improve the reflection, we have to go here to the light probe reflection plane and scale this one really big. So I want to go with a 100 by 30, but that's not really important, I think. So, and we have to go into the settings, distance. Let's crank the distance up. We don't want to have a fall off. Preview display, viewpoint display. We want to show a preview plane. And when we are pressing G and Z, we can see here this reflection plane a little bit better. So we have to put this a little bit up to see the reflection, and then we can hide here now the preview plane. And when we are changing this, we can see that we have a little bit more better reflections here going on. No cool scene without a fog. So let's bring in here a new cube. So let's go into the layout mode. I want to bring in here a cube. Yeah, and the cube is something like 150 by 25. And let's bring in here a new material, which is a fog. And delete this one. Bring in here a volumetric getter. and I want to bring in this and change the color to a gray, and I want to change the density to 0.15 and the anisotropy to 0.46. Yeah, as you can see, nothing is really going on when we are changing here to the cycles. It looks a little bit better, but as you can see, we're having here a little bit trouble, so we have to change the camera clip end to maybe something like 500, and now yeah, it's gone. And with cycles it looks a little bit better because cycles use the the illumination as a light, and Eevee does not do this. So when we're changing back, looks a bit, yeah, it looks not so cool. To change this, yeah, we have to add here another light for the scene, and now we can go ahead here and change the color to black and bring in here a new light, which will be a little sun. And the sun will go here. Let's change this to hex code, which I want to use here. This a little bit purple stuff going on, and I want to bring this down to 0.5. Let's leave all the settings. We want to go here with the contact shadows, but that's not really important here now. And I want to make some changes in the rotation, minus 62, and I want to go with minus 33 and minus 326. So I mean a little bit brighter light here on the right, but that's okay. And now the scene looks a little bit better. And to improve here the lights of the gas station, we can cheat a little bit to make this a little bit more volumetric. I want to bring in here another area light, and let's change this to 90 degrees so we can see a little bit more what is going on here with this light. Maybe let's change this here now. The light shines here into the right direction, and we want to put this light over here our neon stripe. So maybe let's go here with a bluish color, which is maybe nearly the same of our neon here, and let's increase this to 1000. Yeah, it's a little bit too off, maybe something like this. And we want to change this here to a rectangle and bring this to 40 by 0.25. And yeah, contact shadows is always a good idea. And now we can yeah, put this here, or try to put this here to the station here, so it will fit here to the station, maybe to something like this. And now you can see that the area light looks a little bit more volumetric here around our gas station. We can duplicate this one and rotate this here to minus 90 and bring this a little bit down to something like 16 and put this here in front. Yeah, a little bit better here. And yeah, for this scene I want to bring in another asset which I used in another scene. This is here the street lamp. Maybe let's go here into the solid. Okay, and for this street light I want to create here another light so we can see a little bit more the street lamp, street lamp. So let's bring in here another area light, bring this a little bit up and put this right under our here our lamp. So maybe we can go here with the orange light orangey, yellowish. And I want to go with 500. Maybe it's a little bit too bright, but let's see later. And we can scale this into a rectangle and put this here down and change this to fit, maybe 0.37 and 0.21, and put this a little bit up. So that is our light here. And I want to go with a contact shadow and a custom distance, which will be something like 5. We can put this together here with the street lamp control. Select these twos and press M, new collection underscore lamp. And when we're hiding this now and make a new instance of this, everything is together here. Now we are having here our instance, and we want to clone this along here the road. To do this, we have to add here a plane, or we can, and want to bring this here to a clone light. Now everything is on the 0 point, and we can put here the lamp into the clone lamp plane. So let's put down the mouse button and press shift and drop this here as a children of our clone light. And now when we offset this, this should go with the plane, and we want to put this to 22 by 30. Let's see, that is now here on the corner of our road. And maybe let's rotate this lamp here in the parent to 90 degrees or minus 90, so it's on the road here. Now we can go here on the clone light and add a area modifier, maybe put this to -5, and we want to go here to the instances and press faces. We don't want to show the instancer, view and render. And now we can play here with the count and change this as we like. So maybe it's a little bit, yeah, the distance should be a little bit more, -7. And we can bring down here the cloner as we want to have this. Okay, I think that is looking a little bit better here for the detail. And as you can see here now, the volumetrics looks not so good. To change this, we can go here into the settings, volumetrics, and change the tile size to 2, but that need a little bit more performance, so keep this in mind. And the last thing here for this scene is I want to have some other lights here on our gas station here. And to do this, I want to bring in here another light, which is another area light. And maybe let's rename this to light station. And yeah, let's bring this light here, or let's see how does this light look. So now it's white, and I want to change this to a little bit of reddish bright, something like this. And I want to bring in this to 100 and a square with 0.2 size. That's perfect here for now. And let's hide this. And we want to bring in another cube, and this cube is here geometry node lights, and no scene without geometry nodes. So let's make a new one. Yeah, we want to use here, and let's cut this off. We want to use here a grid, object info, and instance on points, And let's select this here, points to this one, geometry to this one, and instances to this one. And now let's see what will go, what we can do here now. Yeah, we have to select here the light station. Nothing happens because we have to check on here the as instances. Now we can see here are our lights now. Let's change the size to 33, 4 and 8. And I want to go with 6 by 3. That's looking cool. And the last thing is we need here a transform with a 5.9 in the Y. And yeah, that's it here for the station now. Okay, and for the last thing, we can go here into the color management and increase the look here from none to very high contrast. Yeah, this one works as well with cycles. So that was this tutorial, and if you like my stuff, check out and follow my channel, and if you want to support me, check out my Gumroad and Blender Market page. See you there. Bye.